Welcome back to the channel. Hobby1 Kenobi here. In this video, I will use the oil rendering technique to create a myriad of effects and show you the finished model, so stay tuned. Well, here we are at the oil rendering phase of the Kinetic 1/48 scale Harrier. At this point, the model has received its final semi-gloss coat. Actually, I decided to go with a combination of semi-gloss and flat to depict a Harrier in the 1970s, where the blue-gray has not yet begun to fade to a gray, but the glossy coat has begun to flatten up a bit. The flat coat will also allow the artist oils to have a bit more grip. I begin with the underside of the aircraft, just as I would with armor models. This way I can experiment and get away with a lot more. This isn't to say, however, that I'm willing to sacrifice the look of the underside. I begin the oil rendering by adding slightly thin paint on the surface. I will place it along the seam, but in a slightly haphazard way. I will let the paint sit for a few seconds, then with the use of Q-tips and an old brush, the material is pushed around. Much of it will be removed, leaving remnants of oil paint. These remnants give the surface its lived-in look. Sometimes the look gives the appearance of weathering, sometimes it is merely gradations in tone of solid colors. Some panels will receive more rendering, some will receive less. Streaks are made by placing a glob of paint, then, with the old brush, pulling the paint in the direction of airflow. Since artist oils are being used, any panel lines that didn't receive a good wash can be fixed now. In fact, a great number of painting mistakes can be now corrected with these artist oils. I recommend investing in the following colors: black, brown, white, yellow, red, and blue. With these 6 colors, you can mix the paints to achieve any color needed. Next, I will use the oil rendering technique to apply subtle variations in the colors on these fuel tanks. White is used to create a slightly grayish tone. I dab little drops over the blue-gray, then again with a Q-tip and the old brush, I smudge these dots into faded shapes. White and black artist oils are thinned heavy, then flicked onto the surface to create a splatter effect, which can also be blended onto the surface to imply subtle variation in the colors. Well, after the oil rendering is complete, all that is left is to add the clear parts, any of the small breakable parts I decided to leave off until now, and a few remove before flight tags. And there we have it, the Kinetic Gr.1 Harrier in 1/48 scale. I do hope you enjoyed this build. I know I did. At some point I do plan to build another Kinetic Harrier kit, most likely the FRS-1. My next build, however, is the Pink Panther from Tamiya. Please do remember to like this video, comment, and hit subscribe to follow my next modeling adventures. Bye.